Going to Adelaide, and it's Trey Kill. Goes to Junior Madut. Can he open the scoring? Always creating so much attention in the Philippines, and down low, Robert can't finish. And it's off southeast Melbourne, so Adnan was desperate. Kai Sotto draws the foul. He'll go to the Bank Arena for Sydney, Melbourne.
Oh, you know what? I might have to do just a little stop at Hungry Jack.
Yeah, he is in that open court.
Cleveland with the fadeaway, lifted short, but Sotto is there to put a lid on it.
Love the energy.
Beautiful.
With the baby coming.
Beautiful.
Cannot speak any more highly of those. If you want a half-decent night's sleep, Sotto.
Am I right in thinking that Chris Goldie went near the hoop? Owen Foxwell.
Stay away from the hook shot, Cleveland.
Still.
I think move with a purpose. I like when...
If you're a big guy who's a great rebounder like Alan Williams is, you flatten.
Adnan whips it across court for Kell, who drives the lane and goes high over the hole. It's collected by Pino. He can't score. And Sotto kicks it on for Detch. And now Sotto works his way to his range and delivers.
Great. Anywhere near the top of the square.
Nice ball movement, but Mitch McCarron shuts it down, and Kai Sotto goes down.
Well, live from the Adelaide Entertainment Centre, round 12 of the Hungry Jacks NBL continues with the 36ers rolling out the welcome mat and Santa for the in-form Southeast Melbourne Phoenix.
The 36ers, and you know he's going to be up for a big one. And as we can see, the champion starting five. Antonius Cleveland, money-making Mitch McCarron, Sunday Detch, Robert Franks, and Kai Sotto.
And I like Kai Sotto staying in the starting lineup. Just provides a little spark off the bench. Now you have Ian Clark and Daniel Johnson coming in, but that champion starting five for the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. As we mentioned, no Alan Williams, so Junior Madut, he's coming off a good game. He likes to take his opportunities. Dane Pinot. Now, last time Dane Pinot started, played a lot of minutes. Remember a few years ago before he got injured. Had a couple of back-to-back 20-rebound games. Keep an eye on the rebound clock for Pinot. He likes to fill it up.
Christmas Eve, what an exciting night. It's great to have basketball a part of it as the 12 games of Christmas rolls on in the NBL, and it's the home team with first possession. Both of these clubs having won their last two games, and Antonius Cleveland is looking the goods as he approaches the back end of the season. The rebound taken by Robert Franks.
Look, this is a key matchup. Robert Franks versus Mitch Creek, another high-caliber power forward in this NBL.
Yeah, no doubt. This is worth the price of admission alone.
These two teams, top two in the league when it comes to O boards, and we see one already going to Adelaide. And it's Trey Kill. Goes to Junior Madut. Can he open the scoring? Is easy to find. The net, not so much. Both sides empty with their first possession, but not the second.
Well, Christmas come early for Robert Franks because that was 3 steps. We're not in the NBA. He's probably got away with on there, but he's on the scoreboard. 2 rebounds as well. And Robert Franks would be looking at this matchup. He'll take this personally.
100%.
Here's Kyle Adnan to Creek. What a run he's on, Mitch Creek. And he's off and running again today. Scores of 24, 22, 46 and 29. They're his last 4 outings.
There's the reason he's so efficient, because not only does he try and not force it on that first bump with the right hand, he gets back to his left hand, doesn't shoot the first one, gets a little bit of a pump to get Kai Sotto in the air, and then goes up and finishes.
So a travel call here on Adelaide.
It's the right call right there. Got a little excited, had the mismatch. Took his steps before he dribbled.
Sunday Detch off a nice game against Tasmania. 12 points, 26 minutes on court. And now possession taken by Adelaide. It's Cleveland looking for Franks, and Cleveland says you're not here in time.
That's just athleticism and a little bit of luck with that, but in the open court, he is so athletic. Great defense. Come on, man, as defensive player. Yeah, you got to take care of that ball.
Yeah, he's always looking for that, and was looking for the pass. I think originally he thought it was Rob Franks. He was thinking about throwing the lob, looked back, saw a Sunday Detch and just tried to finish and did that, and that's what Dane Pinot does really well. Gets to the right spot on the offensive end for dump-off finishes. You're not going to throw the ball to him and say, go get a bucket one-on-one, but he'll put himself in that right position. He'll be really solid on the ball screen, and we expect him to fight for offensive rebounds as well.
Sotto for Cleveland, back to Mitch McCarron, so consistent for them all season. Mitch McCarron, be it rebounding, assisting, scoring at times now.
It's going to be an unsportsmanlike foul.
And you know what? That is a great dig by Kyle Adnam. Robert Franks and Adelaide, they're going to do a really good job trying to go at Mitch Creek. They're under man. Let's see if we can get him in foul trouble. Kyle Adnam doing a great job getting his hand on that ball.
And what you can't do if you're Adelaide, when you're trying to do that, go out and get Mitch Creek in foul trouble, you can't stand still. Mitch McCarron, he had the pass to Rob Franks down low. You got to cut, screen away to take Kyle Adnam away from it. This guy is a tremendous one-on-one scorer, but it's going to be hard against Mitch Creek. And if you bring Kyle Adnam into dig, it's going to be near impossible as well.
And there's a clear example why that rule was brought in. Kyle Adnam to be off on the fast break, and Franks infringing.
I feel good for Kyle Adnam. Struggled to shoot the rock the other night. Never shy. He's also had a stint with the 36ers way back.
Had a season-high game of 30 points against Tasmania early this season. And there's Adnam on cue for you, Pete Hooley.
This is what happens. You send a guy who struggled the other night to the free throw line to get his eye in, feels really good about it. Then you go underneath the ball screen and let him stroll into a 3-ball. So he's just hit 2 free throws, and you go underneath the ball screen. He's going to take that every single time.
But the great thing about having a guy like Kyle Adnam, a crafty, trusty, experienced veteran, coming off your bench, if you're under man, which they are at that point guard position, he could slot right into the starting role and get busy and produce.
And you're right, he was in Adelaide as a development player 2013-14, then Illawarra. 3 seasons at Melbourne now, and he's 4th at the Phoenix after also a 1-year stint at Sydney. Kyle Adnam, he's been around, but he's found home at the Phoenix. He was feeling hot, just goes a little cool as that one rims away for Cleveland to take the rebound.
Again, Dane Pinot, he's not going to go up and block to meet anybody at the rim. Just going to play really solid. Just stays down on that one. Tony's Cleveland tries to force something. It was a good cut from Sunday Dech. But 9 points already on the board for the Phoenix.
Sotto, always creating so much attention in the Philippines, and down low, Robert Franks.
It's just great offense. That out-of-bounds play, real good pick. Wide open layup for Franks.
And now Adnam draws the foul.
Doing a really good job putting his head to the basket. Adelaide are having trouble. I mean, obviously, they give up 90-plus points per game, so defensively hasn't been their strong suit. Defense, I'm sorry. So Adnam getting to the paint. So far in this quarter, Southeast Melbourne Phoenix have had no problem doing it.
Dech picks up his first foul. Haven't there been some headaches for that man, Simon Mitchell? Compared to some of their wins mid-season, they have since lost Joe Chi, Ryan Brockhoff, Gary Brown and Alan Williams. Victim of that Brisbane game. 3 NBA men and your assist-leading import core.
Those are some huge outs. It's pretty much their rotation.
Well, it is. And again, this can be a bit of a silver lining, though, for the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix, because up until the last game, there was a lot of question marks around their bench production. We heard Simon Mitchell in the press conference, and there he is again. Dane Pinot, just in the right spot.
Good job by Junior Madud, finding him on the old board.
So all the question marks around their bench, now they have no choice but to play these guys. You get the confidence in them to continue to produce. By the time the season rolls around, it's business end of the year. Ryan Brockhoff comes back, Gary Brown, Alan Williams. Then that bench is already feeling confident, and you're playing finals basketball, and we know how important the bench is in finals. They're going to be feeling really good about themselves. It's all about just continuing to steady the ship, get as many wins as you can until you get to full strength, and they're going to give this a real shake.
This is a huge game for both teams, but definitely Adelaide to keep their chances alive. They'll actually, I believe, jump into the top 6 if they get this win.
Dane Pinot makes the back end after the big triple from Sunday Dech. 13-9 early in the first quarter on Christmas Eve at Adelaide Entertainment Centre. Southeast Melbourne having won 7 of their last 9 games. Adelaide their last 2, and again from outside Adelaide deliver. It's the same hand, Dech.
That'll feel good. Sunday Dech went through a bit of a shooting slump a few weeks ago, and last few games he started to find his stroke.
Adnam blows past McCarron and drops the shot.
8 points already for Kyle Adnam.
Listen, you know he's a threat from the three, so it has to be a hard closeout, but he put the ball on the deck again. Adelaide not doing a good job keeping the Phoenix out of the paint. Ooh, okay. KC Uno talking that talk.
Yeah, loving it. Mitch Creek giving it back as well. That's what you want on your Christmas Eve.
That's right.
It's the festive season. It's the season to be giving, and they're giving each other a bit of lip, and they're giving each other problems at both ends.
They're giving each other buckets and very limited defense. That's what we want.
That's what we want. I don't know if Adelaide want that, but we're fine with it from over here.
Here's McCarron. The spin fade away, and he drops the shot. Nice move, Mitch McCarron. 5 minutes gone. 33 points scored. It's the Phoenix by 1, undermanned but fighting hard after a performance against Brisbane. Their coach labelled tremendously gutsy. After that double overtime win, they then had that pickup game because of New Zealand's COVID drama against Brisbane.
3 days notice.
Won that one.
And it wasn't even playing. He was the guy, whether it was him hitting a big three, making the right pass to Cooks or Dejan Vasiljevic, he was hitting everybody.
Well,
Jarrell Martin, he was the guy.
And I believe that's where the thought process came in. Once they were trying to figure out who the third import was, they assessed what kind of piece do they need, and I think their biggest concern was, one, what happens if Mitch McCarron gets in foul trouble or gets hurt? Who do we have to bring the ball up, or if teams take the ball out of Mitch McCarron's hands? And then, I'm not sure, they probably listened to Liam Santamaria, who said they need Ian Clark type, and said, we'll go one better. We'll go get the man himself.
Look, whenever Liam says stuff like that, Liam knows. It usually happens. Shout out to Liam.
Big night for Santa, isn't it?
It is. He's a busy man.
Adnam for Tarangi in the corner. Way off the mark and put back by Trey Kell.
Just fell asleep. Good heads-up play from Kyle Adnam. Shot clock was running down on that inbounds pass. Take advantage of someone who's fallen asleep.
It's Cleveland. You can't fall asleep on him. He kicks it out for Robert Franks, who bumps away from Tarangi. Can't finish. And it's off Southeast Melbourne, so Adnam was desperate. Kai Sotto draws the foul. He'll go to the line, the Filipino.
Well, it's often taught, Kyle Adnam, you love the hustle, but you can't throw it back underneath your opponent's basket.
What did he take with him there? The chicken nuggets, the fish fillets?
I tell you that, if I was in that seat, I'm going right to find the attendant. Look,
100%.
I need a whole new order.
I'm gonna look here
On Kyle Adnam. Thank you.
Oh, we're looking at.
Here they go.
Oh, didn't even get to him.
Oh well, I'll tell you what.
She got to go back upstairs.
100% get a refill, and while they're refilling it, just quickly, you got 10 seconds, pick them up off the floor, you get double.
So 40-35, Southeast Melbourne, defying what many thought might happen tonight, given their injuries and unavailabilities, given the form of Adelaide in recent weeks. But they're 12 wins so far, Southeast Melbourne, most in the league.
Oh, they're back. That was quick.
So they were party pies, weren't they?
Pies. Oh, there's probably nothing worse.
When you got premium seats, that food better come quick.
You got party pies for Christmas lunch tomorrow, Pete, before you head up to the Kudos Bank Arena for Sydney, Melbourne.
Oh, you know what? I might have to do just a little stop at Hungry Jack's. I might have to do my little Christmas lunch.
So Adelaide back within 4. McCarron guarded by Adnam. He splits Adnam and Tarangi. Can't get the sort of bounce he was after. And Creek collects another rebound. Adnam left alone to shoot successfully.
That is not a good closeout. That's not a good closeout.
Spot on. Sunday Detch, he's already hit 2 threes.
He got 16.
That's a lazy closeout. It's literally trying to show the coach, I've got my hand up. If he shoots over me, so what? You have to run him off the three-point line.
He's got 16 at 5 of 7, including 3 from 4 outside Corey.
He just, again, slips into that starting point guard role. We know what he can do.
And that's good from Harris. Talking about young players. Hiram Harris.
Harris, tough. Showed great promise last year. Earned himself a multi-year deal, if I'm correct. But man, Mitch Creek, nobody stops the ball.
Hand was down, then he put it up late on the Amy replay. Sunday Detch.
Come on now, you know better than that, Sunday.
Well, in the end, he had to guard the ball twice, which you don't want defenders doing either. So Antonius Cleveland's just got to be probably another step more aggressive and go and get Kyle Adnam and allow Detch to stay on Mitch Creek until they figure out their matchups.
But you know what that comes down to? Communicating, talking. I got the ball, you go get Kyle.
Owen Foxwell spots an opening and it closes illegally.
He's going to go to the free throw.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, he was going to pass that to the corner. But the foul came at the right time, and I think he's going to be rewarded with 2 shots because you're missing key guys, and you need someone to put points on the board. That's what he can do. That's an easy foul call. Kai Sotto just a bit too aggressive on the show. But that's going to be their 15th foul, and, well, in the end, he probably say can't because he gets to go to the free throw line after all that on Foxwell.
Moving screen on Kai Sotto. 43-38, 4 minutes left before the half.
Well, the one positive we can say with Adelaide, they played better defense. They gave up 32 points in the first half, in the first quarter.
There's still 4 minutes to go in this one. But that's what history has shown us in the NBL. Last 3 years, 3 of the top 4 finalists of opponents' points against has been anywhere between 79 to 81. That's the magic mark, the 80-point mark against, 20 points a quarter. If you're sitting pretty there defensively and you're a half-decent offensive team, you're going to be in the running.
South East Melbourne, their best defensive performance was keeping Melbourne to 69 in one of the throwdowns. And the Phoenix 12-7 coming into this game. On the road, they are 3-5. So hunting their 4th road win here to head towards the new year at 4-5 on the road with such a strong home record, 9-2. Simon Mitchell will be very satisfied if they can go on with the job.
That's the and one.
He's pumped.
Got the mismatch right there. Mitch McCarron's showing passion.
Well, this is something they can do right now. If Kyle Adams guarding Mitch McCarron, his whole career has sporadically gone into the post during...
Oh, he talking that talk, Hooley.
Oh, he wasn't happy. He thought there was a foul call before that. So I think that aggression and that hype towards the bench was him letting off steam and not having to go towards the referee with a missed call. Yeah, that's fine. That's the way you got to do it.
Leading by example, Mitch McCarron. So 4 points the difference. Mitch Creek, the competition's leading scorer, on the floor. Now it's Owen Foxwell. Creek, guarded by Galloway. Still there for South East Melbourne. It falls for Kyron Galloway.
Yeah, he is in that open court.
Cleveland with the fadeaway, lifted short, but Sotto is there to put a lid on it.
Love the energy from Kai Sotto. That's what he's got to do. Antonius Cleveland, when he gets out on the break, he's really tough to stop. But Kai Sotto put a lid on it.
2-point ball game.
Yeah, important possession for South East Melbourne. In front of the game, but trying to take some oxygen out of Adelaide right now in the shadows of half-time. It will be a 36ers ball.
Adelaide show glimpses when they get stops, how good they are. We get an opportunity to see them in the open court.
And right now, if the Phoenix are going to roll out both Kyle Adnam as he goes to the bench, that Kyle Adnam and Owen Foxwell on, they've got guards like Cleveland and McCarron who like to post up. You've got to pick one of them and try and go at them to create a mismatch.
Mentioned South East Melbourne's road success. Well, Adelaide in a run of home games, 6 of 7 at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. And again, it's Harris to get the job done.
Well, that was, again, designed for Mitch McCarron to post up against Owen Foxwell, but Hiram Harris went away from the play in the NFL to Mitch McCarron.
Cleveland sounds like you need some life help.
Well, it does. I mean, the playbook's one thing. You've got to get on the halfway through the season. The GPS, I reckon that's a promo thing. I think he might be lost to getting Adelaide around to some promos. And Adelaide, I'll tell you what, Adelaide's not, it's not Melbourne, it's not Sydney. There's probably no excuses. Mitch Creek. It's the bottom of that there. Just his 8th point of the game.
Question without notice, Pete Hooley, you're Chris Kringle for Corey Homicide Williams. What are you pulling out of Santa's sack for Corey?
I'll tell you what I am. We've spoke about it pre-game. The snoo, the bassinet.
Beautiful.
With the baby coming.
Beautiful.
Cannot speak any more highly of those. If you want a half-decent night's sleep, oh, Sotto.
Am I right in thinking that Chris Golding played Santa for you to get that apparatus?
He did. Much appreciated from the family.
You know what I get you, Hooley?
Talk to me.
A pair of sneakers from Foot Locker.
Creek just wants that shooting hand back working as it has so brilliantly this season.
Take it. You don't like my shoes? I actually think...
It's Christmas. Get you a gift.
I've got a shoebox underneath the tree from the wife. Now, I don't know whether she's taken a page out of my book, because normally if I'm giving her something that she wants, you know it comes in a packet that's obvious.
Right.
I put it inside a shoebox to pretend that it's something that it's not.
Okay.
So she's either taken a page out of my book or she's maybe followed your lead and always some sneakers. I'll find out.
Antonio's Cleveland.
Oh, my.
Oh, extravagant. It doesn't end as he would have liked.
Well, that is...
The windmill was winding well and truly by the time the ball went near the hoop. Owen Foxwell.
Stay away from the hook shot, Cleveland.
Oh, wow. He gave it a really good wind-up, too.
Sure did.
Here is that mismatch there, trying to hunt. Now, you've got to make sure there's movement, player movement. Everyone's standing still for the Adelaide 36ers after they get to here.
Yeah.
Nothing happens. So that's exactly why Hiram Harris did well to move out of the way and take the digging help away, but then everyone just stood still.
I think move with a purpose. I like when do a hard cut. Make your defender really respect your cut.
Yeah, you're spot on. Again, you credit the Phoenix. They just put their body in the right position.
Well, who's going to lead this at half-time? 50 seconds left, 47 each.
We're going in tied.
2-for-1 opportunity here for Adelaide if they get a good look.
Ditch brings them into the front court. Sotto, Cleveland, Galloway and McCarron out there for the 36ers. And McCarron loses his grip. Ruben Tarangi to Foxwell.
You can see Mitch Creek on the far side. Originally, he wanted the 2-for-1 after that turnover, but now they're happy to settle and just get a really good shot before halftime.
Creek, fake. Trey Kell off the mark, and the rebound is collected by Robert Franks. Sunday Ditch with 10 seconds left in the half. McCarron drives and gets the right sort of roll for his crowd on Christmas Eve. It's Adelaide with their noses in front at the break.
Merry Christmas. A shout out to them. We know they're watching tonight. Let's hope the 36ers can get a win for Ken. And we look forward to seeing you and Pauline back in these seats courtside as soon as possible.
Well said, Case. Our thoughts with the Coles this evening. And his team, as he watches on from home, no doubt showing some fight in the second quarter, having led by double figures at one stage early. And they're fighting hard here and winning.
That's what they got to do. Extra possessions. Good hustle there from Antonius Cleveland. And if you're the Phoenix, you've just got a gang rebound. Once that shot goes up from Antonius Cleveland, everybody's got to hit the boards, pull that down, limit them to one shot, and then get out and run on the other end.
51-47 with Franks at the line. Played a season at Brisbane. This is his first at Adelaide, averaging 17 points per game at 47%, 6 rebounds, couple of assists. Double figures in every game this season, Robert Franks. And he's played all 17 for Adelaide. Adnam. Can they find some energy to start this second half? Madut working baseline for Pino. Unsuccessful, they come away empty.
It's a better defensive possession by Adelaide.
Soto's long reach wasn't enough there for the Sixers. Trey Kell pulls up for 3. That's what they needed.
No one declared the ball. No Trey Kell. Didn't do a whole lot offensively in the first half, but you don't want to let him feel good about himself. He had a phenomenal game the other night. 17 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. Oh, he's a great two-way threat.
He has been playing some really good basketball, and guy who's been quiet in the first half, the last thing you want to do is give a shooter a wide open look.
That's good from McCarron. Made that look much easier than it was. And just back to Trey Kill. Yeah, those 10 rebounds, 6 assists you mentioned, Pete. They were season highs for Trey Kill. The 17 points just behind the 24. He's had a couple of times as his season high or his NBL high.
You don't mind guards crashing the boards. And again, Alan Williams hurt his ankle in that game, but did really well to tough it out. But normally, if you're a big guy who's a great rebounder like Alan Williams is, you flat when the guards come in and steal those.
Been tough for Mitch Creek so far. Robert Franks, well, he had plenty of room. There's not enough Grinches on the floor for Southeast Melbourne right now.
Robert Franks getting to the basket. Adelaide doing a better job so far in this third quarter.
That's better from Mitch Creek.
Which gives them the opportunity to run out and get fast break, easy buckets.
You'd have to be brave to wear a Grinch outfit on Christmas Eve, surely. Oh, had a rough day. Franks comes away feeling good about himself.
He's up to 13 points in the contest on 6 of 8 from the field. 5 rebounds to go along with that.
Adelaide by 6, extending their halftime advantage. Mitch Creek just loses his possession. It's come off Adelaide. Say the umpire, the referees. Adnam the inbound. Dane Pinot. Adnam fed by Mandut. Shot from a long way outside unsuccessfully, and Pinot grabs the rebound, and it's a jump ball. Possession arrow to come into play here.
Both had it for a considerable amount of time. Of course he did. Who'd you take it off?
Good job by Dane Pinot. They will retain possession.
Adnam draws a whistle.
You hit him in the head.
Foul called on Antonius Cleveland. You heard the explanation.
Yeah, spot on.
Yes.
First glance, it looked like it was a bit of a ghost call, but explanation right there. You hit him in the head. Easy call.
Yeah, I had a chat.
Stand here, please.
So Adelaide trying to beat Southeast Melbourne for the first time this season. In what is their final meeting of the regular season. Adnam whips it across court for Kell, who drives the lane and goes high over the hole. It's collected by Pinot. He can't score. And Kai Sotto shuts it down for Adelaide.
Again, another good defensive possession.
The rebound to Creek.
Unable to finish. Mitch Creek kicks it to Kell for
his second triple of the quarter, Corey.
What happened to Kyle Adnam in the first quarter? You let him feel good from the free throw line, hits a 3 after that. Trey Kell walked into the 3 about a couple of minutes ago, so he's feeling good. You didn't pick him up then, and now he hits a contested one in the corner.
George Earl Trey Kell III. It's some name, and he's putting it up in lights here in the third quarter. With the rebound there. They can level it up right here. Junior Madut sets his feet, can't finish, and they stay 3 adrift. The crowd realising how important a stage of the game this is. Sotto kicks it on for Detch. And now Sotto works his way to his range and delivers.
Great decision from Kai Sotto, because that offense went nowhere. Everything was around the three-point line and didn't settle. Realised he had some time left on the shot clock, put the ball on the floor, got all the way down to the hoop. Just having some sort of game, Kai Sotto. 7 points, 8 boards.
Now it's Cleveland cutting to the rim off. Mitch McCarron with the and one to come, Corey.
as he calls for the crowd to get into it.
Here.
it's going to be an exciting end. Tell you what, both teams have shown a couple of moments where it looks like they could break the game open. Mitch Creek hit that big 3-ball. Daniel Johnson misses free throws, which he normally is money.
Daniel Johnson leading all scorers with 20. Mitch McCarron off the mark, but Franks gets the ball and makes sure they leave with something.
It's a great job right there on the old boards.
Just wanted it more.
Southeast Melbourne Phoenix not boxing out, and the rebound count grows. Almost doubles, 40 to 23. Adelaide.
Not missed by Simon Mitchell, surely. As Ruben Tarangi finds Trey Kill. Now Owen Foxwell, tough shot. Can't get it to go. And here's Antonius Cleveland.
And he's going to the line for 2. Smart move.
Very smart.
Scores mentality. And we all know, since we've been watching what Adelaide teammates want to get him, he don't want to run the offense because he can't remember it, right?
I mean,
one-man fast break.
Yeah, he's going to have some friends and stuff watching that. I'm sure that's the only way. They're not going to go back and have a look at that. And every single person, including the coach, saying you need a playbook and a GPS. Not ideal.
What was it, new iPhone,
I'm on this side.
a map, a GPS, and a playbook?
Love it.
He just walks out the door each morning and follows his feet.
Does it in transition too. That's all he's got to do.
(74-69). 1 minute gone in the fourth. Adelaide in 7th, right on the edge of the play-in bracket. Southeast Melbourne 3rd. Hoping to finish the regular season in the top 2. Guaranteed finals position.
Good one-on-one defense. Oh, my goodness. And here he is,
And
taking off.
Cleveland.
Who needs a playbook when you got that quick hands? Great one-on-one containment defense first and then pokes it away. See you later.
And suddenly it's 7 the advantage. The 12 games of Christmas. This is day 11 of 14 straight days of live NBL action.
Oh, another phenomenal one-on-one defensive possession.
They're winning it at the defensive end at the moment, Adelaide.
Got to lob it up.
Detch. And then Robert Franks called by Sotto.
Well, I missed him. It was Owen Foxwell, Kai Sotto underneath the hoop. That ball's just got to go up anywhere near the top of the square.
Nice ball movement, but Mitch McCarron shuts it down, and Kai Sotto goes down.
Mitch McCarron comes out of nowhere. What looked like 2 points. They will now take it out of bounds. Great one-on-one defense. I mean, what do we expect? He is the reigning defensive player of the year.
You go white ball, boy.
Easy finish. Do not dribble the ball around
Yeah, don't over-dribble it. That's
Cleveland. That's for sure.
And back to Mitch McCarron. Good block. I mentioned he contributes in so many ways. Leading rebounder for Adelaide 5 times this season. Leading their assists 8 times this season. Leading scorer at times as well. Now Torrey Smith-Milner, his shot short. Sotto the rebound. And here come the 36ers again.
You can smell the 36ers understanding it. Get this opportunity for them to try and open this game up.
McCarron, he's deep in his bag. In his handles. You know, he normally thinks of his offense last after looking at everybody else to get a shot first. How's the handles on it?
Just repeating that news from John Casey. Mitch McCarron sporting a broken nose that will need stitches
Second time.
post-game.
Broke it again.
Missing free throws.
How many broken noses for you, Corey, during your career?
1.
You remember who the assailant was?
No, I was here though in Australia when I broke it.
Well, 2 in the matter of a few weeks, Mitch McCarron. You're getting awfully close to a mask, surely.
Creek finds Trey Kell baseline. And he turns it over. And now Torrey Smith-Milner commits the foul.
It's just another
White 18.
really good defensive possession. They have stepped up in this 4th quarter. And throughout a game like this is Adelaide,
I'm listening.
you would know. Your opponent played 4 games in the last 10 days. You can sense that fatigue, and us needing to step it up right now to really have an opportunity to break this game open, and that's exactly what's happening.
And they've shown these little patches on the defensive end because they've actually got outstanding one-on-one defenders, which it's kind of confusing as to why they struggle across the course of a whole game. Mitch McCarron, we know, is an exceptional defender. Sunday Dech has been, and the reigning defensive player of the year. So you've got those 3 out there on the court at the same time.
Why are they not clicking?
Franks.
Well, they're clicking right now when it matters.
So Southeast Melbourne's earlier lead of 10 points is now matched by Adelaide. 10 points. Adelaide, no Anthony Drimmick tonight because of illness. They haven't played their new import, Ian Clark. They're out by 10. And the foul there from Kai Sotto. But his fatigue starting to catch up with the Phoenix. No Gary Brown, Alan Williams, Joe Chi has left, Ryan Brockhoff missing as well.
Well, it's bound to happen eventually. And again, Mitch Creek, he's played just under 29 minutes tonight. Played 47.5 minutes in that double overtime game. Played 3 days later on short notice.
The crowd wants hungry Jacks.
But it hurts even.
He's hungry.
It hurts even more when you are severely undermanned, but you're on fire because everybody else is just going to focus on you, the defense.
And
that should be 2 points. And it is. Kai Sotto, he was trying to feed everybody, but you touch the ball when it's on the hoop. And in the end, it's a 3-point play for the Phoenix.
Right. Sunday, they're just reviewing it.
So they're having a look at it again, and as soon as that ball hits the rim and goes up, it's live. So it's basically a rebounding contest. Kai Sotto tips it in. Have another look here. He tries to get it off the rim, but...
So they'll just review to make sure that Kai Sotto did touch the ball.
Absolutely.
It's 2 points.
There you go.
Yeah.
Chris Reece signaling that 2 points are going to count. And the interesting thing is, who gets those points? I know Toy Smith-Milner shot it, but normally if the opposition puts it in, I think it's the closest person. Well, there you go. It goes to the court captain, those 2 points.
There you go. Mitch McCarron and Sunday Dech.
Oh, so if you're just tuning in and seeing that, so Mitch Creek is credited for the 2 points thanks to Kai Sotto not being able to grab that ball off the hoop and give everybody burgers.
Do you reckon Mitch knows that right now? Mitch to 17 points. Behind Kyle Adnam, his teammate 18. Leading all scorers so far. Daniel Johnson with 20. Averaging just 1 point per game. Not many opportunities, and he's in the action again.
And he is taking full advantage of it. You can see everybody else, you know, they're tired. Except him, because he hadn't played as much. He's delivering 5 of 7 from the field, 13 points, and he's going to the line for 2.
To make it 10 points the difference. Tomorrow night, the Sydney Kings against Melbourne United, a slice of Australian sporting history, professional sport on Christmas Day, 6:30 Australian Eastern Daylight Time. Pete Hooley will be in the house. Derek Rucker is there. Joe Healy, Felix von Hoff.
Perfect post-Christmas ham food coma. You've had your little nap.
Man.
Up you get.
Decent Christmas Day crowd as well of about 8,500, 9,000. That will be near the capacity tomorrow for the configuration of the venue. And who knows how many watching around Australia and around the world.
And you mentioned the big inclusion with Xavier Cooks looking very probable to play, but don't forget they signed Santa, the Kings. To play
Oh, that's right.
So
He might be a bit fatigued after a big night.
you think so?
Well, that'll be about 36 hours straight by the time he's rocking Kudos Bank Arena tomorrow evening. The jolly red fella, as Kai Sotto goes to Mitch McCarron. Stripped at the ball by Adnam.
Good hands. Can they get a bucket and convert?
Ball goes down low to Creek, who draws the foul. I think it's on Robert Franks. Antonius Cleveland is the man identified. So 89-78, they're still not out of this game.
Sidney Bruton barking instructions on the sideline. He, again, this is a game they're supposed to win. With the Phoenix missing so many key guys, this is a game that they're supposed to win. So all these little moments of slippage, they like to call it, where you're not playing the way that Adelaide wants to play every single possession. That's why CJ Bruton, he's so unhappy on the sideline. Because you're trying to build now. You're trying to build towards the next the end of the season next year. That's the biggest key.
We heard one of his players say buy the coach a heart monitor for Christmas because he tends to fire up in the huddle. He's not really that sort of character, but he's certainly a character who strives for excellence, as is testified by his glorious playing career.
I'm not sure you can name any coach in any pro league that doesn't need a heart rate monitor.
Creek.
Oh, my goodness.
They're certainly not done.
This game
South
isn't
East
over.
Melbourne.
Mitch Creek is up to 22 in the contest.
He had to have a big night, given the players they have missing. Franks.
Just sloppy on this offensive end. Last couple of possessions from Adelaide.
McCarron back for Franks, who wants a better look, and it's offensive foul. Franks careers into Owen Foxwell, and there's some life in the Phoenix right now.
Well, he's got to shoot that 3-ball, Robert Franks. Mitch McCarron did the right thing, and here's that turnover.
Foxwell comes up with the steal, gets it to Creek for the 3, and then Foxwell on the other end takes the charge. The young DP stepping up, making big plays.
He's a 19-year-old, Corey.
Making big plays.
Only NBL game 14 as a teenager.
Remember last year when he got the opportunity and splashed the 3 in the corner in the throwdown? And everyone was like, what's going on here? But he's got a really bright future ahead of him. Tore up the NBL 1 South for Eltham.
Make it interesting and get a bucket right now. You got to go to Wolf Creek.
A couple of NBL 1 MVPs head-to-head tomorrow in Quatnoy and Shea Illy.
Oh, here we go.
Here's Trey Kell, just catches the front of the rim and misses the mark. That's a big miss, would have made it a one-shot game. Now, South East Melbourne turn to defence. Adelaide through McCarron. Just under 90 seconds to play. Camped in the corner and unable to finish. It's Antonius Cleveland. So another big possession here for Phoenix. Creek. The runner goes.
To Wolf Creek.
Oh, boy.
4-point game. 24 points on 10 of 19.
This was out to 12, 14 points. Adelaide looked like they just responded the right way, and Phoenix just haven't laid down. I mean, credit Owen Foxwell and Toy Smith-Milner in the last couple of minutes, but here's the Amy replay.
Great take.
Trey Kell not forcing anything from the 3, and it's Mitch Creek's game. Can shoot with either hand really well when it gets that deep.
Beautiful floater over Kai Sotto. Outstretched hand. That's not an easy play to make.
5 players in double figures. That is really impressive when you consider who they're missing. This is a great trap.
Couple of rebounds, 3 assists for Foxwell as well. McCarron, the Sunday Detch, they're working the clock. And the foul comes from Mitch Creek.
Good job by Adelaide. Taking care of the ball, not turning it over. In this game, they have 16 turnovers, but first half they had 10. They've done a better job in this second half taking care of the ball.
Tony's Cleveland 1 of 3 on the line from tonight. He's had 5 assists, 9 rebounds, 11 points. Big free throws right here. No timeouts left for the Phoenix.
Even if he makes both, to make it 6 points the difference. A quick 3 from
Oh, it has been done, Matt.
South East Melbourne.
Wasn't that long ago.
And then there's a pressure possession for Adelaide. So the first one is home. That man is not home yet.
What you don't want to do is, either way, they're going to take a 3. There is no need to do anything other than a short contest. You do not want to get a 4-point play.
They believe the win's in the bank, and maybe it's only seconds away from coming. Adnam tried to draw that foul. The 3-point shot was off the mark, but Adelaide are on the mark. Antonius Cleveland with the last possession, and Adelaide milked their home floor. A 3rd straight win. They enter positive territory. They are now 9-8 for the season, and CJ Bruton, it will be a Merry Christmas.
It will be. Look, they were made to work for it. No doubt about it. They did.
Thank you for watching. Kung nagustuhan mo ang video na ito ay mag-subscribe ka na sa ating channel. Paki-follow na rin ang ating Facebook page Utak Pilipinas. Again, this is D Sports TV. Paalam.